friends. This is going to be a little bit of a chattier video. So if you're interested in just the tutorial, I would urge you to skip to the time that I'm going to put in the description box below, or you can click through to my Instagram, which is going to have a sped up, no talking version of this look. This is a very special, exciting video for me. A bit of news that is not going to be news anymore by the time you see this is that I got to participate in a photo shoot with Wrapunzel, which was really super exciting. And because that photo shoot was for their fall line mostly, and I don't know when that's actually going to be released, I don't know when I'm going to be sharing this video with you. Now, I originally shot this video in the first week of August, and that is when I shot the no talking tutorial. Unfortunately, I didn't realize until later that I'd actually had my microphone turned off when I was shooting the talkie version of this tutorial, so I'm shooting this one a little bit later, still well in advance. Just like always fun to have those little glitches. And like incidentally, I see comments sometimes about how, oh, I could never do it like that quickly or that smoothly. Yeah, so like full disclosure, the fast version of the video without talking, that was my 13th take, that I got it. So, you know, the magic of editing and the internet. So anyway, Rapunzel Fall Line, I was just so super energized. It's amazing, it's incredible. If this video is up, that means that it's live, so you know what I'm talking about, you can see why. Really exciting is that there are a lot of kits that are launching with the fall release, and one of the kits that I got to model is the Cate kit. Now, if you follow Rapunzel's social media, or if you are a part of the Rapunzel community Facebook group, then you probably know who Cate is. Just a lovely lady who does really beautiful wraps, and she released a kit in collaboration with Wrapunzel. So I got to model it. I'm super excited about it. And I have it, I got to take it home too. So that's awesome. Hi friends, Editing Sarah here. I just wanted to hop in really quick and show you a version of this wrap that I had done with a slightly different set of scarves. So I just have a different colored petal scarf, and then petal soft scarf, and then this is a constellation scarf, which in my opinion is probably the closest in weight and texture to the gray scarf in the Cate kit. I just wanted to add this because when I recorded this a month ago, I did not anticipate that the Cate kit was going to sell out pretty much immediately. I think it was actually in less than 12 hours, which is remarkable. Not surprising, in retrospect, it's beautiful, but if you weren't able to get your hands on it, I know Rapunzel says they're gonna try and restock it, but if that doesn't happen, or if you just don't vibe with the color story of the Cate kit, I wanted to show you what this wrap could look like with other scarves that are part of Rapunzel's core inventory. So, you know, Petal Soft is a Petal Soft, obviously, and then this is the Constellation. It's not quite as big as the gray scarf in the Cate kit, but also a really beautiful way to wrap it. So with that, I will return you to the original video. So this kit has two scarves in it. So the first is a Petal Soft, and I love this color. It's sort of a taupey, pinkish, grayish sort of color, really neutral. I imagine it would look amazing with pretty much any skin tone. You can wear it year round, and the Petal Softs are already like a perennial favorite. They're very light, but also really easy to create a lot of volume. Just absolutely stunning. And then the second scarf is this beautiful, big, lightweight gray scarf with this plaid pattern in it. And you can see it's got like a little bit of burgundy, a little bit of metallic running through it, and then these fun little tassels on the end. So those are the two scarves in the kit, and then it also comes with this beautiful pin, which is in a gold tone and has all of these multicolored rhinestones in it. So like super wearable. You can pair this with just about anything because of all the colors that it has in it. Just, yeah, really great stuff. So I had a really fun time creating a look with the full kit, and that's what this tutorial is. So to get on with it, I'm going to start with my Petal Soft on the bottom, and I'm going to put it on my head evenly, so both tails the same length, and I'm going to angle it. And especially when I'm doing a multi-scarf wrap, I always love having the first scarf go on my head at an angle and then the one going on top of it to be straight across. I really love the contrast that that creates. So then I'm going to bring up my tail on this side, cross it over, and I want to make sure that it looks nice at the front, but I'm not like super concerned about anything that's happening on the sides or back because none of that is going to be visible in the final wrap. And then I am just going to find my pocket and tuck in my tail. All right, so that's my base, and I have this tail just hanging free. So next I'm gonna grab this other gray scarf, and Cate did a really lovely tutorial for a veil style wrap that had been published shortly before this, the photo shoot that I did, and so I wanted to do kind of a veil wrap look with it, and so I'll link that in the description box below. But basically you take the end of the scarf and fold it over to create this triangular bit, and that's going to form the veil. So I'm going to try and find the center of that triangular bit and place the scarf on my head. And this also doesn't have to be like super precise because that's also eventually going to get covered up. So I found that the easiest way to do the rest of this wrap is to gather the portion of the scarf in one hand and then pass that through and underneath, and that keeps things from like getting tangled or getting pulled where they don't want to be. You see what I mean? It's easy to get that going. This is why I shot the fast video 13 times before I got it right. All right, and make sure that you have this scarf hanging down here about the way that you want it. And now I'm going to take this end and I am going to create some pleats. So I'm going to make sure that this raw edge gets turned under and then just gather it up one pleat at a time, and then also have that back end tucked under. And then this is going to come up and over my head. And I'm also going to pull this snug so that I get a really tidy look going across. And this is also, if you want to adjust how that is sitting, now is the time. All right, and now this is going to get pulled through again. And again, making sure that my Petal Soft tail stays out. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. And now I have Petal Soft here, gray scarf here. So there's a couple different ways. I'm gonna bring this one up now. In the shoot, I think I just kind of gathered it, but you could pleat it the same way that I did for the gray scarf and bring it up like that. That is perfectly beautiful. Or potentially you can twist it. And I also really like the way that looks, so I'm going to do that today. So give that a nice twist, pull it up and over behind where I have the previous one pleated, and now I am going to tie a knot over here, beginner's luck style. So having the Petal Soft coming down in front, make sure I keep that twist going, And then I'm going to pull this knot only part of the way through so that I keep this bit hanging. And I'm going to take this and floof up this end of the bow. And like, I love this scarf because it is so perfect for that kind of look. It's very lightweight, but also has some stiffness and structure to it. So yeah, and then I have two tails here, and that is what the wrap itself looks like. And then I'm going to grab my pin, and what I thought would be really cute was to create a knot that also had similar to the pin with this like bow up here, tails down here, and then place it into my wrap in a way that echoes that shape. Might have put a little bit, yeah, you need a little bit less scarf in the pin. Make sure I know. There we go. All right, that's the way it works. This is what it takes in real time sometimes. There we go. All right, and adjust that. So yeah, so that is it. That is the final look that I created with the Cate kit. So this is what it looks like from the front, side, in the back, and from the other side. So I had a ton of fun creating this look and doing the photo shoot, and I hope you enjoy it as well. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching.